Happy New Year, happy 2025. It's time for your dose of vitamin DD. I am both elated and exhausted. I had an extremely long day. I stayed up until 4 a.m. on December 31st because I was washing, conditioning, blow drying my hair. And then I woke up at 6 a.m. so I can go to the gym. I had leg day. Immediately after I came home, took a shower, went to work. I was at work from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. From 7 p.m. I came home, quickly took a shower, got dressed, went to church, got to church at 9 p.m. Church was amazing. We did worship, we did prayer, we brought in the new year. 10 out of 10, honestly. 2019 church, if you haven't heard about it, you are probably sitting under a rock, but it's great. And now the time is 3:52 a.m. on January 1st. The original plan was to make this video a get ready with me, but I was rushing. So is going to be a get unready with me, I guess. I am going to speak on my ins and outs for 2025, the things I will be bringing into my life and the things I'll be removing from my life moving forward in efforts to become the best version of myself. That was a spiel, and if you are interested in seeing my skincare routine, here it is. But more importantly, here are my ins and outs of 2025. I'm gonna start by setting the mood. I have a candle. This is Peony and Cherry Blossom. I got it from Target. Figured I should light it to set the mood since I know I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm really excited for this year. I'm actually always excited for a new year. There's just something about a new year. You're able to kind of really reset. It's another opportunity and a blessing to just kind of evaluate your life and what you have done in the past 365 days. It's an opportunity to be thankful that you can see another year, because not everybody makes it to see another year, so that's a blessing in itself. And you can just set your intentions and your goals moving forward. And I, for one, have a lot of goals going into the new year. I'm not sure if anybody cares to know what those goals are, but I think I need to actually sit down, like once I get adequate rest, because I'm off 2 hours of sleep right now. Let me see how many steps I took yesterday, as in December 31st. 18,671 steps. Exhausted. Mind you, after church, they had food trucks for us. Shout out to 2819 Church. They had food trucks for us, but there were so many people. I was wearing heels and it was cold. And I stood in line for that, for the wings, because I was hungry. Like, man, I was starving. So I did what I had to do. I didn't even wait till I got home. Like, I got my wings. I immediately went to my car, ate the wings, and then I drove home. That's besides the point, and let's get into this extended skincare routine. Talk about my ins and outs. I don't know how much of this, I feel like I'm just talking. I don't know if people are interested in what I have to say, but if you're interested, keep on watching. Now's a good time to like, comment, subscribe. Comment what are some of your ins and outs of the year. Comment what you're looking forward to, or just comment saying, hey, that you want to join the family. One of my goals is to grow a YouTube family, a YouTube community, because I feel like YouTube is very close-knit, and these are your ride or dies for real, for real. I'm gonna wash my hands first. It's very important that you wash your hands before touching your face. I have yet to tell you guys. I have yet to say even one of my in and outs. Give me a second. Let me get myself acquainted here. First thing, we're going to use Anua Heartleaf Pore Control Cleansing Oil. Prayer isn't in for me for 2025. I pray, but sometimes I have these moments where I feel like, what is the point of prayer if the Lord already knows what you want and he already knows what you need and he's capable of giving you everything? What's the point of prayer? And I realized that prayer is not so much for God. It's more so for us. All the things we do, God doesn't need any of it. He deserves it and then some, but he doesn't need it. It's all for us, So I think with prayer will help you build that relationship with God. It'll help with that, because a relationship requires communication. Without communication, think about your friends or your family or your significant other. Without communication, you get nowhere and the relationship does not flourish. But when you guys are able to communicate back and forth and you listen and you learn and you respond, your relationship is more likely to flourish. While I do pray, I believe that I could be praying a lot more. And I think that as I begin to pray more, then my relationship with God will get deeper and I will learn to rely on Him more. Now I'm going to emulsify just by getting my hands wet. That didn't do what I needed it to do, and I don't feel like doing the oil cleanser again. So I'm going to use this wipe to get off like the excess. I'm actually very proud of myself. The old me would definitely be laying down, probably fall asleep with my makeup on. That's a habit that I want to break. Which brings me to one of my outs of 2025, laziness. Bro, the spirit of laziness lurks around me. One thing I want to do is to not allow it to overcome me anymore, or not allow it to influence me in my life. I get overwhelmed, and when I get overwhelmed, like there's always so many things that I want to do. And while writing things down is really good, sometimes when I see all the things I have to do, I get overwhelmed and I just do nothing at all. And that's where laziness comes in, or I just don't feel like doing anything, so I don't do it. And that's not good, because there's so many things I want in life, and if I'm not stewarding what I already have, why would God trust me with something more, you know? Panoxyl Acne Creamy Wash. My next in is vulnerability. Now this is really hard for me because I'm not a vulnerable person at all. Growing up, being a Nigerian American, I don't know if any of you can relate, but feelings and emotions are not really highlighted in our culture. We are taught to be strong, we're taught to be hard workers, and I think all of that is a blessing. Like, I'm not mad at any of that. And we're taught to keep things to yourself or keep it within the family. Don't tell other people your business. Something as simple as, like, if I'm going on a trip, I'm not gonna share that online until I'm back from the trip. You know what I'm saying? It extends further than that. I feel like a lot of my relationships could be stronger if I were more vulnerable, because it'll give people a chance to understand me. I don't think people really understand me for real. I have learned to express my feelings to God more, but God has also placed people in my life for me to express my feelings to them, so I can actually feel a direct communication with them. I don't know. Vulnerability is really something that I started to recognize, and when I first recognized it, I didn't care to fix the issue, but now I'm realizing that, like, maybe I don't have to always be closed off. I can be vulnerable to certain people in my life, and I think that it will benefit me. So going hand in hand, another in for me is communication. Next, I have turmeric soap, and I got this off of the TikTok shop. I get the worst post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and I honestly don't even know if this works, but it cleans my face, and it feels good, it smells good, so I use it. But yeah, communication. Communication is really more so in terms of with men. I have found that I don't communicate well with men at all. And I mean men that, like, either one, I'm interested in them, or they're interested in me. I'm just not good at communicating my feelings, or communicating like, no, I'm not interested in you. No, I don't want to date you. Or like, yes, I do like you. Like, that's so hard for me. And it comes with being vulnerable, and like, it comes with, I don't know, like I always say I don't care what people think of me, but maybe I do. I don't know. I have been starting to be better about my communication, or be more clear. Like, I can communicate, but I'm not always clear. I don't always say things in a way that's like, I don't know. People know me as blunt, but like in certain situations, I'm not the best communicator, and that's something that I want to work on, and I have been working on, so that's good. I want to continue to improve on my communication skills, because when I am in some type of relationship, or even dealing with my friends or family, like, I want people to be able to understand me. Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. I love this stuff. I don't use it a lot because, you see, I only have a little one. Perfectionism. Whew. Man, and what I mean by that is I don't like starting things until I feel like I have everything in order. Even this YouTube video, I wanted to get a new camera, and I was like, oh, well, I'm not gonna start recording videos until I get this new camera. Mind you, I have a DSLR because I do photography. This camera I'm recording with right now is a Sony ZV-E10 with a 30mm lens. Like, I'm solid. Like, I don't need a new camera, and I don't have to wait till the predicaments are perfect. And like, even the fact that this video was originally supposed to be a get ready with me, the old me would have just, well, I have to wait till I have a reason to do a get ready with me when I could just do a get unready with me and record the same video. I just feel like whenever I want to start new projects, I feel like everything has to be perfect before I start, which that's not a bad thing. One thing I'm learning to do is to meet God first. Like before I just go out and do something, pray about it and also listen for his response. Like, is this something you want me to do, Lord? Is this something that can be fruitful? Is there a way for me to glorify you through doing this, or am I just doing it because I want attention? I do still want to be efficient. Just because I want it done a certain way doesn't mean I can't do it a certain way now. It's like I want to have my style before I start posting, but you're not going to develop your style until you start posting and editing differently and figuring out what vibe you want to go for. So perfectionism isn't out. That Dermalogica always has my skin feeling so smooth. I love it. Okay. Spray my face with rose water just to bring moisture back in my skin. Another one of my ends is discipline. Discipline is actually my word of 2025. Discipline is so important, and I think I need discipline with everything. I talked about prayer. I need to be more disciplined about praying, reading my Bible, healthy eating. Oh my goodness. Like, I can work out. I lift, strength training, I do cardio, I do outdoor walks, I do all the things, but I also love to eat. And man, do I have a sweet tooth. I need discipline when it comes to eating. I need discipline when it comes to going to sleep on time and waking up on time, having a set routine. I have routines, but then they phase off, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be disciplined and consistent and like actually care about my temple. I'm also having a Bible verse of the year. The scripture is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. It says, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." God knows. It's crazy. The Bible is so crazy. Like, the more you read it, the more relatable it is. I have tretinoin. Tretinoin is basically done. 0.1%. Those are things I really want to focus on. And I think that is my limiting point. Every year I want to lose weight. Every year I want to better myself physically. But I need discipline, but I also need to root that discipline in the Word. Without God's hand on something, it's not going to flourish. It will never flourish. And I'm realizing that now. Ruby Kisses. I love this thing. Lip Oil Intense. 10 out of 10. This is what I'm most excited about. Hydroquinone cream. This right here is the GOAT for hyperpigmentation. And out is overeating. Like I said, nutrition has always been, I think I love eating and I love good food. I like to cook. I'm not like super unhealthy, except when it comes to like sweets. I love sweets. I need to figure out my sugar addiction. I guess it's an addiction at this point. Another out is self-doubt. Self-doubt mostly comes with my career goals and not thinking I'm good enough because of the obstacles I face to get to where I am, and where I am is not even where I want to be. So I doubt myself a lot, which is not good because the Lord created me in his image. Where I am is where I'm supposed to be. Where I'm going is set out for me, and nothing can keep me from getting where I'm set to be in life. And also with creating content and putting myself out there, looking at numbers, which like I know, because I know my content is good. That's the thing, like I know I'm about this. But it's just a matter of being consistent and giving people time to discover me. My last out is overconsumption. That was an out for 2024 and I didn't stick with it. I just love social media. I think social media is such a good entertainment tool. And it's also good to gain inspiration. Sometimes I spend like way too much time just scrolling instead of actually creating content. You know what I mean? Reading the Bible for one, and also like reading books for pleasure. I told myself if I really get into reading for real, I'm going to buy myself a Kindle. Right now I'm using my iPad because, be resourceful. I don't need a Kindle, but a Kindle would be cool. And if I start reading for real, then I'm going to treat myself with a Kindle. Only makes sense. But yeah, I want to read more. I find that whenever I'm reading my Bible, I'm so locked in with the Lord. And then my other ends, posture. So it's funny, when I was younger, I did modeling classes with my sister, and my sister has the best posture ever, and I'm kind of jealous. I want to embrace more femininity. I just feel like having a better posture says a lot about you. My last two, learning a new language. I'm Nigerian, and my native language is Igbo, and I can understand Igbo for the most part. I would say I'm like 75 to 80% able to understand Igbo. Can I speak it? I can say a few words, but not comfortably. I want to be comfortable speaking Igbo. So I really want to like actually pay for classes. And then my last thing is signature scents. Like, I really want to have signature scents. I love perfume and I love purchasing perfume. So maybe I don't need a signature scent, but I want a signature scent. Yeah. So those are my ins and outs. My skincare is done. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really chill video. I talked a lot. I'm out of space. Comment, like, subscribe. My camera shut off. I'm out of time, but I just dabbed this in. The last thing I'm going to go in with is my Veni cream to moisturize because my face feels a little bit dry.